welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is May the 28th, 2021. It is again a Friday, and it's only 1 week since I last recorded. I figured that I had the opportunity today, and who knows what June is going to hold for me, so I would record one last episode in May, and hopefully I'll still come to you weekly, but we'll see. We'll see how the summer goes. You just never know around here. I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada, with my husband and my 2 children who are 11 and 9. They're both at school today, and again, as per usual in COVID times, my husband is at home today. So might be some background noise. He's moving things around downstairs. Hopefully he's not too loud and doesn't come through the mic. I think that's it for me and where I am. Today we have What Am I Wearing? Works in Progress, Next on My Needles, and some chatter. First up, what am I wearing? Today, the only knitted thing that I am wearing are my jelly roll socks. The weather is gross here. It's raining. It's been raining off and on, which we sorely needed, and I am super happy that all the plants and everything is getting a good dose of rain. It hopefully means that the summer season won't be so many wildfires and all that stuff. It's really good. I'm super happy for it. But it makes kind of meh weather, and I grew up in Vancouver where it rained a lot. I grew up actually in North Vancouver, which was the rainiest part of Vancouver. So I'm very familiar with the Gore-Tex jacket and walking everywhere in the rain and all of that. So I think it kind of just reminds me when we have those kind of like gray, rainy days, that reminds me of when I used to live in Vancouver. Rain here in the Okanagan is nothing to complain about. When it rains, it showers, maybe spits for about like 20 minutes, half an hour, and then it's done. And then maybe in a few hours you get another little spit. Like it's not like a constant rain thing, not like Vancouver. However, on Tuesday we had like a crazy thunderstorm downpour. The problem with that is that it's like a flash flood because none of the earth and all of the stuff is able to soak in the rain because it's so dry and compact that the rain just like flows downhill so fast. And of course on the highways and everything, it's just full of water. And I was driving my son to his trampoline class. Coming home, I could barely see out of the front windshield. It was crazy. Made it home safe and sound, all is good. But it was crazy. Bit of lightning and all that. And so that's probably enough about the weather. You probably want to hear about my jelly roll socks, which is what I'm wearing today. So I'm going to put a picture in because it's really difficult for me to show you my feet right now in this kind of frame. I could try. So the jelly rolls are by Mara Catherine Briner, and they're made out of a kit that I got from Knit City one year, and it's a Koigu Painter's Palette Premium Merino, or KPPPM. And they have numbers for their colors, but the main color is like a royal blue, and then there's a variegated like purpley white with some teal as the toes and the extra cuff. So I will put a picture in so you guys can see it at some point in this while I'm talking about it. So you will get to see the socks, but I'm not gonna try and hold my feet up in the air. That's I just don't think I can handle that. I made them last year. I finished them last year, and I was super happy with them. Of course, being that they're shorty socks, like they're super quick, and I definitely will be making more pair for me and maybe others in my household. So jelly rolls, she has a bunch of different types of socks. Oh, and now it started to pour rain again. I was thinking about recording out on my deck because when it's high overcast, you get like a nice light without it being too glary, and then you guys could see my beautiful view and all of that. But I'm glad I didn't because it's now pouring rain, which will last, and I can see sun and pouring rain, definitely rainbows. It's that time of year around here. So that's it for what am I wearing and my weather update. Next up is works in progress. So my first work in progress are my twinkle socks. I did bring them over, but I have not done anything on them. I just thought you guys would like to see them again because they're really cool. I like them a lot. And yeah, but no change. They're still just the tube. They need the heel, which, you know, is what it is. I don't know. Picking up stitches is not difficult, but I need focus to do it. It's not a hard thing to do, but I do need to focus on it. And I think I don't even remember what needles I was using. It's gotten to that point now where I'm gonna have to like really go back and look and make sure that I have the right needles and all the stuff because stuff ends up migrating out of my project bag. This is my rainbow project bag. I love the chevron rainbows. All right, so that's it for the twinkle socks. The pattern is the Sax Point socks by Andrea Rangel, and the yarn is Gauge Dye Works in the colorway Twinkle. And so the Sax Point socks don't normally look like that, but there is an additional chart that she put in to go with the Twinkle colorway from Gauge that makes it look like Christmas lights. So yes, I did cast this on at Christmas time. Hopefully I'll be done it before next Christmas. But also Gauge Dye Work socks, I can't wait to wear them. I will wear them all year round. I won't just wear them at Christmas, but you know. Next up, let's see, reach over here, is Cooper's video game mittens. And I haven't made much progress on these either. I did knit a few rounds. You know, I think that the times when I'm knitting right now are times when I'm also doing other things like reading my book because I'm really into the Bridgerton series right now, or watching a movie with my family. And I find that this is like a light fingering weight, almost like it's a very thin sock yarn, which is going to be great for the mitts because it just needs something thin on his hands. But I find that I need to look at it more. I'm dropping stitches and then I'm swearing and whatnot, and that's just not enjoyable. And so I need to do it at a time where I'm not really paying attention and it's not dark like in our theater room and all that kind of stuff. So I haven't been picking those up as much, but I will tell you about the pattern. I keep looking down, I don't know why. I'll tell you about the pattern. They are the Dream Fingerless Mitts by Marcia Healy, and the yarn is Knit Pick Stroll in Sprinkle Heather. So that's it for that pattern. Ooh, I think I just zipped my yarn into the zipper. I totally did. Oh, gotta be more careful. Anyway, this is in my triangle bag. Yeah, that I love. It's like a quilted fabric. It's super fun and it has a nice loop on it. I like to use this one when I'm traveling because I can hang it somewhere in the car, and you can actually zip it up and have just the yarn coming out of the top, so then you don't have stuff like accidentally falling into the dirt of your car. So that's that one. Next, I have been working a ton on this. This is my flax, and let me pull it up for you here, all dramatic like. Dun, dun, dun. I have sleeves, guys. I finished the sleeves. I have not woven in any of the ends, but there we go. Sleeves are finished. I have to try it on, but I've been kind of holding it up to myself because this is oversized and I do plan on wearing it with tights. I am making it longer than I would normally make a sweater. So maybe I'll try it on today, put it on my, I have tried on tubing. I don't know if you guys have seen this and I don't have it on me, but it is just a clear plastic tube. And what you do is you stick the tube onto the end of your knitting needle and it stays there. And then you can slide all of the stitches onto the plastic tube, and it's like super duper longs. And then, and it's super easy, just like slide them all on. Then you can stretch it out and actually try on the garment. And then when you're done, you just stick the tube back onto your needle, slide all the stitches back onto your needle, and then you're ready to knit again. It's like super, super easy instead of like trying to, you know, stitch them onto a bigger needle or whatever. The try-it-on tubing is amazing and you should get some. If I remember, I will link to the try-it-on tubing down below, along with everything else that I talk about. And if I don't link it, please message me. I am happy to answer any questions. Anyway, so this is turning out great, and I'm super happy with it. And I think I'm pretty close to how far I want it. There's blue fluff on here. Where'd that come from? Well, that looks like paper. Who knows? When you have children in your house, you never know where random stuff comes from. So yes, I've gotten quite a bit done on this. Still need to weave in the ends and do all the stuff, like there's my cast on end, but it's coming along so nicely. And I have, I think, well, I started a new ball for each of the sleeves, and there's definitely at least a quarter of the ball left from each of those. I have a quarter ball from the one I'm currently working on, and I think I have one more after that. Nope, I have two more after that. So let's see. I know, I'm keeping, so I'll show you the project bag while I'm here. This is a Knit Picks project bag. It's lined with this really cool fabric that looks like knit stitches, and it's kind of like a nylon, and it's got a big pocket in the one side, and it is huge. It is huge. But this is a big sweater, so I needed my big bag. So yeah, I have two. These are the balls left from the sleeves. And then it's all a mess. And then this is how much I have left of this ball. And then I have two more. So I have tons to finish this sweater. So I can make it nice and long. It'll fully cover my bum. I'll probably end up doing a split high-low hem. So to do that, when you're ready to switch to the ribbing, you split your stitches in half. So half will be the front and half will be the back. And you start knitting the ribbing back and forth instead of all the way around. Probably do a few rounds all the way around, and then I'll split them, and I do probably like a couple inches on the front, similar to what I did for the cuff, probably that amount, and then do double that on the back. And that just allows it to kind of like hang over your hips a little bit better, because of course my hips are wider than my waist. It's how I'm built. So then you get kind of a nice hang effect instead of it sucking into you so much. Because that's my goal for this, is a nice hangy, drapey sweater that I can just put on with my leggings and look good enough for work, but also just hang around the house. So that is my plan for that. Da, da, da. And on a whim, I decided to cast on for my next project, which is my R&R hoodie. Now this, oh, let's reach over here. This is in one of my bags. Oh, and it has tweed yarn bits all over it. I was very good in that I swatched. So here's my swatch. I washed it. I laid it out to dry. The same way I will do the sweater. Oh, and there's more tweed bits. We don't need brown in the purple. So this yarn is Knit Picks Mighty Stitch in Mulberry. I do have 1,300 yards of this yarn. I do also have a burgundy color, and I have some balls of gray and some balls of brown. So if for some reason 1,300 yards doesn't go as far as I think it will, or I need to put, you know, some gray in the hood, or the, because you do, not to give too much away because this is a paid for pattern, it's a bottom up cardigan, and you do an I-cord edging after the fact. So if I need to do the I-cord in gray and it has some gray accents on it, I'm okay with that. But hopefully this will be enough. And so I swatched one night on Saturday, I think. So the day after I recorded last time. And this is how much I have done so far. Yay! It's so good. So this is what she calls the mistake ribbing. I don't know if you can see it, and it's rolling because the rest is stockinette. But the so you knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one, and then you knit all the way back. So you get the knit nice stitches on the one side, but you get kind of like a bit of a broken rib on the in one because it's knit one, purl one all the way up. So it's also way faster just to knit one way and then knit one, purl one the other way. So yeah, I've just started doing the stitches for the pockets. So I'm just about to separate for the pockets. There's like it's like a kangaroo pocket, but there's a zipper up the middle. So it's just like a half and half kangaroo kind of pocket for your phone or whatever you want to put in your pocket. So yeah, I'm super excited about this. Did I say the pattern? The pattern is the R&R hoodie by Tanis Lavely. And the yarn, I did talk about the yarn. Again, it is, I'll read it out. Since it's the first time I'm showing this, where's my ball band? Way down at the bottom. So that's it there. It is 20% superwash wool, 80% acrylic, and it's worsted weight. And I'm knitting the stockinette on a size 4. She calls for 4.5 in the pattern, but I got gauge on the 4. I generally have to go down a needle size compared to most kind of standard patterns. And then I went down another needle size for the ribbing, the mistake ribbing thing. So I think I used a 3.75 or maybe a 3.5. I can't remember. I don't know. It's in here because I'm trying to be super good. 3.75. So I used a 3.75 for the ribbing and a 4 for the main body of the sweater. So I'm trying to be good and keep my knitting needles that I'm using for that project in that bag, because what ends up happening is that I use them for this project and then I'm not done with that, but I move them over to this other project, and then what needles was I using? I don't know. I need to get better about writing it down in Ravelry and keeping my stuff together and finishing stuff. It's 4 works in progress, guys. But here's the good news. The good news is we're moving on to what's next on my needles. All right, next on my needles. First up, I have a few knit-alongs that I'm doing this summer that I'm participating in. So going back to all of the 4 whips that I have currently going, I have plans. So there's Stash Dash, there is the Splash Pad Party, there is the Summer Sock Along, Summer Sock Cal, and then there's my own cal, the Foolproof Summer. I'm going to talk about all of those right now here on Next on My Needles. It's not really the spot for Next on My Needles because there's not anything, well, there's new things being cast on, but we're going to talk about it here. So Stash Dash, you can count whips, which I have 4 of them that are somewhat in progress, and and the Happy Cardi Cal. I didn't even mention it when I was talking about my R&R hoodie. So that is for the knit along, the Happy Cardi Mal, which is Happy Cardi Make Along from the Happy Knitting podcast. No, Happy Knits. Happy Knits podcast, videocast on YouTube, which I will link to down below, like everything else. So that's my R&R hoodie. It will also count for Stash Dash. The Twinkle socks, all I have to do is knit the heel, so that'll count for Stash Dash. My sweater is almost done, that'll count for Stash Dash. The video game mitts are like a third done, so I could totally finish those. So that's 4 projects, plus my cowl that I'm gonna knit this summer. Plus I'm gonna knit my husband a pair of socks. So that's 6 things that I can count for Stash Dash. That's pretty good. Stash Dash, is hosted by Laura and Leslie of the Knit Girls, and it is basically you set yourself a goal anywhere from 1K to like, I think they have a 15 and up kind of category. So it's different categories, and you set like, I'm gonna knit 3 kilometers of yarn, or 5 kilometers, which is 5,000 meters if you're looking to convert it. And yeah, so you knit and you try and hit your goal. It's your own competition against yourself. If you want to not declare until the end and you figure out how much you knit and just put yourself in that category, you can. Like, it's super relaxed, super casual, but also super fun to just kind of keep track of how much you knit. And it starts today, May 28th, and it ends on August 31st. I feel like I have a frog in my throat. Oy. So that is Stash Dash. Splash Pad Party is similar in that you're also allowed to count works in progress towards your finished objects. Now that one's different in that you get points based on how many grams of yarn you've used. So if you used 50 grams, you get 1 point. If you use 100, you get 2, 150 is 3, and 200 up is 4. Maximum of 4 points per project. And then you get extra points if you've used some of the sponsor projects for the event. And you'll have to go check out her stuff. This is Boston Jen from the Downstyler Studio podcast. And so you can check out all of her stuff. She's got it all in Google Documents linked from her website. They're also linked in Ravelry if Ravelry is okay for you. And then Stash Dash, I didn't say this before, but Stash Dash is being hosted on Discord this year. You can check out the link from their website or from Ravelry. Discord's a cool little app. I mean, you can do it on your computer or on your phone or whatever. I'm really enjoying it. It's a really neat, different way of kind of having that forum chat feature where you can chat with everybody and share pictures, and it's working out really well. I'm quite enjoying it. So yeah, so that's Stash Dash. That's the Splash Pad Party. And then I've got the Happy Cardi Mal, which I think ends July 31st. I don't know if I'll finish my cardigan in time, but here's hoping. And then the Crazy Sock Lady is hosting the summer sock camp. And like she does every year, I've never participated in it, but I'm about to cast on a sock for my husband because he's been asking and asking and asking, and he needs more socks, as I've talked about before. So I need to A, fix his socks so he's got that other pair, and B, cast him on a new one. I think I'm going to cast on the Bounty Hunter. It just looks so fun and such different colors than what I've been knitting with for myself. So that will be good. So that is the Summer Sock Camp by the Crazy Sock Lady. And I think that goes from June 1st to August 31st as well. I'll have to double check the dates on that. But so June 1st is next week, so that'll be good. And the last one is my own knit along, the Foolproof Summer Cowl. So this summer I'll be knitting the Foolproof by Louise Zass-Bangham, and it is a looped cowl, like an infinity scarf, and it's stripy and super fun. I've decided, with your guys' help, that I will be knitting these yarns. This is the Sea Turtle Fiber Arts in silver and the Seaside Button and Yarn in their Upsuke merino base. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a colorway for this. I think she just dyes stuff and it's super cool. Blue and purple. Who would have guessed? So I am super excited to cast this on next week on June 1st. This cowl will be running from June 1st to August 31st, and the prize is some Malabrigo Allegria in a super fun, bright colorway. You can check out my last week's video if you didn't see the prize for that. And yeah, let's knit along. You can enter for prizes by chatting on the Ravelry group. On June 1st, I will put up a thread for that. And you can also hashtag on Instagram or Facebook, all the places, and you'll be entered in our prize drawing. You can knit any cowl, anything that goes around your neck, any works in progress pictures, anything you share, anything you chat about it, you will be entered for the draw. So good luck, everyone, and hope you knit along with me. Be super fun. The last segment, I'm going to put this down. The last segment is my chatter segment. So this is where I talk about stuff that's happening in my life, and at the end I will put a few pictures and little clips of things that have happened around here recently. So first up, I've been reading a lot. I have this arm that clamps onto the table, and then I can hold my e-reader, and it holds my e-reader like you can move it around. It's like on this kind of circular arm thing. You can move it wherever you need. So I sit in my chair and I put my book out, and then I knit and I read, and it's super awesome. So I've been reading a ton. Still waiting for my Throne of Glass book 5 from my library, but I think it came in today, so that's good for the weekend. And I am now on to book 5 of the Bridgerton series. So those are the books that I'm currently reading. And yeah, in other news, we finally got our hot tub. We've been saving it for a long time, and we ordered one in February, and it finally came on Wednesday. So much headache, but it is here. We've been in it. It's wonderful. We love it, and we'll probably go out in it again today because, well, that's what you do when you have a hot tub. So I will put in some pictures. Our deck is on the second story. It was built with all the, extra support you need for the hot tub and all of that kind of stuff. And yeah, and then needed a crane to get it up there, and it's a whole thing. But I will put pictures in of the whole process and some of us sitting in it. So that's super exciting. We're all 4 of us very excited about that. The other things happening around here is last weekend we had birthdays in the family, and this weekend, as in tomorrow, is my birthday. So we're having a small celebration, might put some pictures in or decor pictures or something, and my husband's doing an amazing job of organizing it all, so I don't have to do anything. So it's been pretty great. We will see how tomorrow goes. I'm sure it'll be fun. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much because we have to do it outside, COVID and all that. So it'll be fun. Birthday. I'm turning 40. It's kind of a big deal. Doesn't really bother me. I'm not upset about it. It's just a number, but it's nice to do kind of something a bit bigger every 10 years. I'm not a big birthday person, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to do something fun. Have cake and wine and hang out with some friends. That'll be it. And last weekend, we also went to our friend's house for an outdoor barbecue, which was super fun to catch up with some friends we haven't seen in a long time. The kids played and played and played and played and played. It was so good. And yeah, we just had a good time. It did start raining, so we all had to move under a tent. So we're each in like our own corner of the big 10-foot tent, but it worked out. It was all good. So it was nice to feel like we're stepping in the right direction, and the numbers in BC have been declining, which is good. So we're all moving in the right direction together. And the last couple of things is I've actually seen quite a bit of wildlife because we had the holiday Monday this week and for Victoria Day. And so we went for a nice long walk, and we saw some deer that were not scared off by us. So they're clearly very peopleized. They live in the neighborhood kind of thing. And then while I was out for a walk last night, I saw a bald eagle just kind of like circling over top of us. So I got some clips of that. Yeah, so lots of local wildlife for you to enjoy as well. And that's everything that I have for today. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. today for you, I have, what am I wearing?